Hey guys, it's Ashley with 3R Sales and Service. We're taking a look at a 7x16 enclosed trailer. This is a tandem axle trailer with an 8 gallon a minute hot water pressure washer, an 11 gallon per minute gas engine soft wash system, and a window cleaning system. So we'll have you move in a little bit closer and get a better look at everything. The trailer itself has a 7-foot interior, so this gives us a lot of extra room in here as far as wall space goes and just generally being able to move around. The pressure washer up front is a 3000 psi 8 gallon per minute hot pressure washer. This does have a 2900 watt generator on there and the bigger 115 volt burner. We've got 10 gallon fuel tanks for both your diesel burner and your gas engine. It does have a Honda GX690 gas engine with the big T-Series general pump. So a nice heavy duty, super reliable hot water pressure washer. Around the corner, I'll kind of have you move in a little bit closer and I'll step out. We have the 31-inch mini Mondo surface cleaner. Pairs perfectly with this 8 gallon a minute pressure washer for some real efficient cleaning, but it stays more compact inside the trailer, giving us more availability for space for other items. The customer had a couple extra products in here. We've got a 325 gallon water tank. And then for that 325 gallon water tank, we've got the 2-inch drain. So that drain has a valve on the inside, makes it very easy to quickly drain your tank. If you've ever used a tank that has a smaller 3/4 inch drain on it, it does take significantly longer. For some of these large tanks, we always like to use a bigger one. We'll move around back to talk about the rest of the system. It's a little bit icy out here today, so we're walking carefully. Our gas engine soft wash system is a Comet P40. This is the new style P40 system. It's paired up with a Midwest hydro mixer, which blends your water, your surfactant, and your bleach all together. You can change those valves. They're precise metering valves. The nice thing about this system is it does give you an exact measurement on how much bleach you're drawing through there, assuming that you're using a 12.5% concentrate. Over here, we've got our hose reels. These are all electric powered rewind hose reels. So when you press the button, it will automatically reel in the hoses for you. They're 18-inch Titans, so they have aluminum frames, stainless steel manifolds for the top two, which is our soft wash reel and our pressure washer reel. And down below, we've got the larger 1-inch manifold on here. And this is our garden hose reel. This is where you're gonna connect to your water source and it's going to fill your water tank. So using that larger manifold actually fills up your tank significantly faster. So that's why we like to use those, especially on the bigger tanks. There's a high pressure ball valve in here. This helps you turn off your high pressure water without having to go back and turn off your pressure washer in order to switch out accessories. So if you want to use your spray gun to apply soap and then you want to use your surface cleaner to do the scrubbing on the driveway, you can switch in between those accessories without turning off your system. And then we have a ball valve up here for the soft wash system. This is mostly used in order to just keep the liquid in the hose whenever you're reeling everything up. The soft wash has 300 feet of hose. Your pressure washer has 200 feet of hose. And then down below, we've got 100 foot of the garden hose. We'll go ahead and take a look inside and kind of go over the rest of the accessories that we have from the back. Okay, so from inside the trailer, we're behind the soft wash system now. The soft wash has a GX series Honda engine, and then it does have the electric start, so you can reach in to the key start to use whenever. This is the battery that's connected to that soft wash system. It does also have a pull start on it too, so if for whatever reason battery dies, you can still pull start that system easily. Up here, we've got our Midwest manifold. Let's do it up here. This is what I was describing earlier, where you blend your water, your surfactant, and your bleach, and this is the dial that has the numbers on it to let you know how much bleach you're drawing. This is a remote rinse system that goes together with the soft wash. So what this does is whenever you press the button, the light will turn on or off depending on which mode you're in, and it'll completely rinse out your system. It switches your bleach valve to draw water instead of bleach, and then it actually turns off your surfactant. So with one press of a button, you can switch from applying your chemical mix to completely rinsing with water and having full flow through that system. We have this soft wash paired up with a 7 gallon surfactant tank and a 55 gallon bleach tank. These two are also tied together to the downstream soap injection with the power washer. So I will get to that here in a second. Moving around, We're at the back side of the tank here. Our yellow line here is our cool bypass line. We have other hoses here that go together with the window cleaning system. We have T-strainer before it goes to the before it goes into the water tank. This filters anything before it goes into the tank, so it's a much easier way to catch and get things before you get any sediment in the bottom of your tank. Moving around, I'll switch sides with you here. We have our Tucker window cleaning system. So we've actually got a pump that feeds the system because we always need pressure to it. So usually you're just using a garden hose and that's what starts the system in order to work. We have a pump that is pulling water from the tank so that you can use multiple things at the same time. You can pressure wash and window clean, you can soft wash and window clean, you can have a couple guys working at the same time off of the same tank with one garden hose source. Next to it are just some of our additional accessories that go along with that. There's a little jumper hose for the hose reel that goes along with the Tucker system. These are additional spray guns for the Softwash system and additional wands for our pressure washer system. And then if you take a look, I'm going to step out here, but if you take a look at the back side of the hose reels, on the Softwash reel at the very top, there's actually a gauge up there so that we can tell exactly what kind of pressure rating we're looking at. This is the back side of the gauge, in order to make sure we're not over pressurizing the pump. On the, sorry, we have to go back to the hose reels one more time. On the back side here, right here is where our soap injector is for the pressure washer. That will tell you, that gives you the opportunity to actually change the ratios from which you're drawing any of your soap through there. The soap line is connected to the tank through our Midwest manifold. So I'm kind of on the wrong side of the trailer here, but the manifold controls bleach, surfactant, and then you can dilute your product based on how strong you want that dilution to go onto the surface. And then we have an additional dip tube where you can either rinse out your soap injector or you can use it for any other type of source. So that dip tube down there, right now we've got different colors in it. That helps us do our testing. We use different colored fluids to make sure that everything is running properly. Trying hard to get that one down. We use different color fluids to make sure everything is running properly. We can tell where sources are coming from in order to do that. So other than the additional accessories I mentioned on here, we do have the different poles for the Tucker system. The walls inside the trailer were painted by us. We did install the protective flooring on the floor as well. All of these things just, especially the paint and the flooring, gives more longevity to the trailer itself because it's inevitable. You're gonna have water, you're gonna get chemicals, you're gonna drip fuel something on the floor, and it's much better to go on a heavy duty type of floor that's meant to handle those materials and be able to rinse everything out much more easily than absorbing into the wood. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call. We'll go over anything. It's much warmer in the office where we can discuss this further than being outside in Ohio right now. So feel free to reach out to us. Additional information will be on our website, 3rpressurewashers.com. Thank you.